In this video, we will learn how to manage groups in Linux. You will also learn about user and group privileges. Before moving on to the video, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel to support us. So let's start. Let's make an example to learn how to manage a group. I will create a file in the home directory. I need admin privileges to create files. I can use admin authority using the sudo command. I enter the password. I created the file. I will try to edit the file with TurtleCode user. However, I only have read-only access to the file I created with the TurtleCode user. I can only write the file with admin privilege. I am writing something to the file. Now I'm trying to read the file with admin privilege. Let's try reading the file with the user TurtleCode. I was able to read file. In summary, I can only read the file with the TurtleCode user. But I can't write. So, which file do I have which authority? How can I see this? As you can see, with this command you can see all the authorization information about a particular file. The file.txt file was created by root. If you remember, we created the file.txt file with the sudo command. Commands run with the sudo command are run by the root user. The file belongs to the root group. 3 authorizations are shown here. The first authority indicates the authority of the user who created the file. The second authority indicates the authority of the group where the file is located. The third authorization refers to all users other than these. We can better understand the distribution of authority by looking at this page. That is, the root user has read and write permissions in the file.txt file. The root group has only read permission on the file.txt file. All other users have only read privileges. For example, TurtleCode user is not in the root group. Therefore, it has only read permission on file.txt. We will change the permissions in the file shortly. You will understand better what the number 644 is here. Now let's take a look at which group the users are in. I go to etc. directory. The group file here contains information about all groups. Every user is also a group. There is only TurtleCode user in the TurtleCode group. Now let's learn how to create a group. You can create a group with this command. Let's read the file again. I added the files group to the Linux operating system. There are no users in the group yet. You can add the TurtleCode user to the files group using this command. Let's read the file again. I added the TurtleCode user to the files group. Now I go to home directory. We learned that the file.txt file was created by the root user and is in the root group. We just learned what that means in their authority here. Now let's change the group of the file.txt file. The file.txt file is currently in the root group. I can only make changes with admin privilege. I changed the group of the file.txt file. Previously the file was in the root group, now it is in the files group. Here we will re-examine the powers in detail. Note that TurtleCode is in the files group. Now let's change the permissions of the file.txt file. After change mode, I will write 3 numbers. On this page you can see what the numbers mean. A value of 1 corresponds to execute, 2 to write, and 4 to read. For example, we give the value for to grant read permission to a file. We give the value 2 to grant write authority. We give the value 6 to grant read and write permissions. You can see which authority the numbers correspond to in this table. We will give 3 numbers. So what do these numbers represent? The first digit represents user, the second digit represents group, and the third digit represents the others. Now let's do an example. Users in the files group currently only have read permissions on the file.txt file. If I give the second number 6, the users in the group will have both read and write permissions on the file. I can change the permission with this command. As you can see, the files group now has both read and write permissions in the file.txt file. Previously, it only had read privileges. Turtle Code user was previously unable to write in the file.txt file. It could only read the file. I showed this in the example at the very beginning of the video. The user Turtle Code is currently in the files group. The files group has both read and write permissions to the file.txt file. Therefore, the Turtle Code user should be able to write to the file. Let's try it now. I can write to the file. When I read the file, I can see that the write operation was successful. Now I will change the files group permission in the file.txt file again. I give the value write, that is 2, to the files group. A password is required to use admin authority. Currently, all users in the files group have only write privileges on file.txt. They cannot open the file to read. Let's try reading the file right away. As you can see, the Turtle Code user can no longer read the file. I recommend you to take a look at other training videos. To support us, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel.